What the is going on?
I like to party.
Jesus, honey, wax much?
From Podcast One, this is Unwaxed
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
with Sophia and Sistine Stallone.
We just become best friends.
Yup!
Yay!
Woo! Guess what, everybody?
What?
It's a sister episode!
No! You ruined it. I wanted to say that.
Okay, you can say it. What were you going to say it as?
It's a sister episode.
I had to take the limelight before you would come in.
Always does that to me. I'll set it up. I'll tell her I'm going to do it. And then she's just like...
No, that's with any story. I think when Sistine sets up a story, she'll bring in like the whole ambiance. She'll tell like detail
Details,
by
the
detail
weather.
by detail by, he killed her at the end.
Like, super awesome. Anyway, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Unwaxed.
We're glad you're here, and if you're just joining us, welcome. I think we've been looking forward to this episode for so long.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm happier now.
I'm like jittery. Guys, do you see my hands? It's not
Yes.
shaky, but it's jitters.
No, so it's really good. I feel like we have a lot to update you guys on. And I think for the first time, you can kind of just see our personalities a bit more, not interviewing anyone.
And I think a lot of people already asked us too when we would do a sister episode. And that was also with Scarlett or without Scarlett, but
Which we will bring our little sister on
yes,
very soon.
But this is going to be very interesting because I don't think we have really one topic we're going to just go off on. And
Yeah.
we have a lot of things we want to bring up.
So I want to jump right in. Last week's episode, I told you guys that I went on a first date with a guy.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
No, there was none of that. There was none of that. But it was really good. Therefore, date number 2 commencing tonight.
And what are you guys doing tonight?
I think we're getting sushi.
Ooh.
So it's really
Yum.
funny because I love the Valley. I love the 818.
We went to high school around there. We know the area
Yeah,
well.
I love it. But a lot of people don't like the Valley because
Yeah.
they just think it's gross. But I think it adds character. So as a joke, I was saying, we got to go to the Valley.
Right.
It'll gross you out. In one street, you can get pizza and hookah and like a lobster bar all in one place. Like, it's incredible.
That's very true.
Yeah, where else can you do that? And go mini golfing. Like, it's just amazing.
It has everything. And
Yeah.
it takes like 2 minutes to get anywhere,
So
which is great.
I didn't realize that he was like serious. I was joking, and he goes, "Well, I made us a reservation for sushi in the Valley," which I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna need to bring Tums because you will get a stomach ache." from the
Fellas,
sushi."
take note on that. If a girl has been hyping up an area or thinks there's a funny inside joke you two have, listen to that move. I like that move that he did. I
Yeah.
mean, now that he's going for it, I remember when you came up to me and you mentioned like we're gonna go to the Valley, all this stuff. I was pretty impressed by that.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
because you said that you brought that up that night. Check mark. But you like this guy. I mean, you came into my room, we talked about him. You're like,
No.
oh,
I'm still stone cold.
I'm just kidding.
Steve
Shoot.
Austin.
No, but he has a good personality. Are you feeling
see.
it? What does he do that like probably makes you feel better about like other dates you've had?
I think he's really funny, and he initiates a lot of the conversation, which is nice. So I don't have to work so hard to impress him. I feel like a lot of times when I go out with guys, I'm trying to sell myself on them as if it's like
Right.
an interview, which is
Odd because it's just
yeah.
getting to know each other.
Exactly. But it's good. And I was actually talking about this with my mom not that long ago. And we always question, like, what's the right thing to order when you're on a date?
You know what?
From a female's perspective.
That's so true. I mean, there's so many little things that you can say, like, oh, pesto gets in your teeth, or you don't want to eat like fish because it's going to make you smell bad.
Maybe it's just us, but we order very strategically.
Yeah.
Because we want the burger, or like, because then we'll come off as the really cool chick that has a burger with a beer.
I hate to admit it, I literally will prepare all day just so I can order a nice,
so you can be
juicy
that
steak.
girl.
Yep.
But then if you order the salad, do you look
like you're uptight and you don't want to like
right?
order something fun and different?
Exactly.
Right?
So, but then I thought about it a little bit more, and I'm like, guys probably don't even give a fuck nor notice
What we
order, or yeah. So I just thought that was funny. But I actually asked my doctor about it too, just because we have a good friendship.
Yeah.
And he said that science and studies show that men prefer women that are meat eaters.
Why
and I
do you
just
think
don't
that
think
is?
that. Maybe just because it goes back to the time when everyone was a carnivore, like when everyone was cavemen.
Right.
And I'm not really sure. I don't believe that's true, especially in LA. I think men probably like vegans now because that's just like the thing.
And I mean, you know, it also shows that maybe guys like that she's open to trying other things, because stereotypically girls are probably go for like the salads and the clean things. Maybe that's an LA thing more. Yeah. So, but when you can show a guy, like when I remember when I would order like a pasta at dinner, the guys are like, yeah, I like that order, and then we'll share food.
Sophia's really interesting with.
Oh yeah, I can explain what I do.
Sophia's really strange.
If you tell me the reservation and the place we're going to, I will look it up on Yelp and I'll look at the menu, check out what I'm probably gonna order. Okay. Already decide 8 hours ahead of time.
Let me just reiterate. Sophia will look up the menu, pick out her meal for the dinner, and then act as if she's like, ooh, what's good here?
I swear I'm not crazy.
Oh, the chicken parm. I think I'm going to get that.
I'm like, ooh, that is cooked really well. It has glazed onions and some pickles.
Nice. See, is that, I'm asking the people, and maybe you too, is that too extensive? Or are we
I don't tell the guys that.
Obviously. But are we just overthinkers? Like they really just don't care?
I don't know. But I did read that if women, like research shows that if women eat spicier food, that they find the man more attractive than sweet food or like savory food.
What?
Isn't that weird?
Wait, so if women eat spicy food?
Yeah, it said that if women eat spicier food, they're going to more likely find that man attractive if she's eating something spicy.
Is it because like her vision might get blurry?
Yeah,
like,
she can't. She's distracted by the spice in her mouth to see that this guy probably sucks in front of her. But yeah, I do look up the menu before, and I feel like guys really probably don't care. I mean,
but guys do other things that are cringy that they won't admit to.
Right.
So let this be ours. But you actually were telling me a while ago you were very excited about this study that you found going off of like what men find attractive.
Well, I love researching what the science behind biology and attractiveness between men and women, because I think that there's a lot of things that we give up. We had a conversation about this the other day, that when our odor is a certain way, or like I know it says like pheromones or whatever it was, that men will find you more attractive even if you look like crap, like they still give you more attention. So I was doing a little bit more research and I found like quick things that men find attractive in women.
All right, lay it on me.
I'll tell you. So men love youth in women just because of fertility, and I mean it's like c'est la vie. And then that's also goes along with red lips. That's also another
red
sign
lips?
Of, yeah, that's why a lot of women will wear on a first date red or black, because red, especially on their lips, just looks a little bit more sensual and youthful.
Taking notes for tonight.
Yeah,
okay.
And this is kind of random, but it was this cognitive psychologist named, I think, Donald or Darren Howard, or I forgot what his name, something Hoffman.
Okay.
And he said that the width of your iris is another thing that men, because it's another sign of fertility, because I think as you get older, that's
so
decays.
Men just like women that look fertile.
Yes, and symmetry. Well, I have like one side of my face going out.
Oh yeah, Sophia and I actually do have like a paralyzed mouth. Notice how we're sitting on this side? You'll never see us from the left side.
And by the way, thank you, Lord, for giving us our sides of our face. Like we can stand next to each other, and it's both our favorite sides. But yeah, symmetry. But women,
so bad.
Women like a man's odor print.
What does that mean? Odor print.
So it's the musk. That's why when men work out, sometimes women don't find that as, I mean, unless they really smell horrible.
I know
what
you mean. There's my girlfriends are like, I love the smell of my boyfriend when he just finished a workout and he's sweaty. I'm like, that sounds like my worst nightmare. They're like, no, the natural pheromones, it's like a sexual, and if you're not initially sexually attracted to his pheromones, like you guys won't be compatible.
See?
Like they don't mind the smell of his feet or his fart, and I'm like, whoa, what?
Yeah. No. I remember times where I've been on dates with guys that are like, oh, you smell really good. I probably have forgotten perfume. And then some guys are not like that. It really just depends. And it's so... You can't. It's so unconscious. I don't even. Yeah, you don't.
See,
really
my
know.
pheromones, I feel like, are clogged because I am wearing 7 layers of fake tan, so I do smell like.
So you smell like BO.
Well, I would like to say BO, like masked in a lot of perfume, but still you smell the original smell.
Oh God! And then 2 other things were deep voices for men, and men with beards or scruff. They said that men that are clean-shaven are seen as short-term relationships, and men with longer beards and scruff are seen as long-term relationships.
I object.
Do you?
I know. You know what? I'm thinking about all of these, and I want to know exactly like when the study was done, how many participants were involved in the study. I want to
maybe even fact check me.
Yeah, I want to bring someone on because I feel like what was attractive to the male eye in the 70s, 80s is completely different from today.
But you know what also kind of freaks me out is about online dating is that all of this stuff really isn't important because you can edit everything online. So we also can make this fake beauty for ourselves. So you can make the irises whiter, you can make your lips redder, you can make yourself tanner, but they can't smell you, they can't see really your real symmetry.
Do you think that's why on the Snapchat filters, you know, every time you go on a filter, it's like your eyes get bigger. And your lips get bigger and your face gets slimmer?
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Is
Snapchat, what's going on?
But I think they also said that that's not something we need to worry about until like way later when technology is becoming extremely relevant, and because society doesn't change as a whole for like hundreds of years, so that's when we adapt. But at the meantime, we're here. We're fine.
The conclusion of this topic was I'm going to be wearing red lips, black clothing. I'm going to eat spicy food.
Make pheromones, so maybe work out, show up sweaty.
Ew! Okay.
Sold. Okay, can we just talk about the fact that we are getting another dog?
Yes, we go. Look at Will's face. So my mom is a Cavapoo fanatic. I would say she's a a connoisseur in Cavapoos, if you will.
She's obsessed with these dogs, you guys. They are called our sisters. They're not called our pets. They're our sisters.
And we kind of figured out where this is sort of coming from because she came in the room the other day and she goes, "Girls, I got another one." And we were like, "No, Mom, there's really even no more room on the couch for another dog." And
we have two, by the way.
Yeah. So we realized Sophia is moving out soon. I'm probably gonna
go with her. She wasn't planning on it.
And then my younger sister is 18, headed to college soon.
Yeah.
So is each of these dogs us? And we are getting replaced by Cavapoos.
We are.
Yeah.
By the way, the personality of the dogs are our personalities because Winnie, the oldest one, is super soulful, like attachment, like loves love.
What am I?
Billy is like she loves attention, but she's way more
Can eccentric. I tell you how the family describes Billy?
A psychopath.
Billy is the stupid one, but she's creative. Is that supposed to be me?
She's like
she's
sweet
artistic.
But psycho. And then we have, I guess, apparently
this new
a new
guy
one
coming.
He is a boy. It's a boy, which is cute.
You guys, we'll bring him in if you guys watch these videos, so then you can see the dog.
He's really cute.
Really cute.
I'm excited, but he is. We're being replaced.
So we're gonna take a quick break, but before we go, I would like to sort of set up the special guest that we have on. I know we opened up the show and said, you know, it's a sister episode. Boo, gotcha. It's not. We have a guest. And it's been never before done in podcast history. RuPaul's Drag Race. So we'll be right back with our guest. Let's talk hangovers.
Bum, bum, bum.
I know. Sophia, what's your least favorite part about a hangover?
Other than the fact that I'm nauseous, brain fog, can't do anything the next day, that's pretty much it.
Well, I have a solution for you.
You do?
Yes, I do. And for all the Unwaxed listeners, listen, we are so happy that we found a product that actually helps you feel better and stay healthy when you drink. This is called CBD Tox, you guys. We usually take 1 dose before bed. It comes in these really cute blue and white little tablets. And then the next morning, if you need it, which normally we don't because one will do the trick, and it helps us feel so much better after drinking.
Other than that, there's no THC, so you actually don't feel the high. So don't worry. Just because it has CBD doesn't mean it has THC, so you don't feel all hallucinogenic or whatever THC does to your body. But we have a special 20% off discount for you. So go to shop.getcbdtox.com. That's shop.getcbdtox. That is CBDTOX.com, and use the code UNWAXED at checkout. They offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose trying it out. Again, so go to shop.getcbdtox.com and use the code UNWAXED for 20% off. You can also find them on Instagram at CBDToxRemedy and let us know what you think.
So, again, I'm going to reiterate. The first time in podcast history, this guest has never appeared on a podcast before, quite literally. Ladies and gentlemen, we have brought in a ghost. Woo! I thought that was funnier in my head, and I really did.
It's not that funny, but it's good try. Yes, you guys, we have a ghost on today, but it's not technically we have a ghost with us. I mean,
We might.
maybe he came with us or she came with us.
We want to talk about ghost activity because it's been happening a lot in our house, and we didn't just write this segment as a joke.
No.
This has been something that has been going on for Sophia and I for at least 8 years.
And it's been happening way more frequently in our household. So that's why we're bringing it up today, because we were thinking this is a problem. And now we're all scared, hiding under our covers until we can't breathe anymore.
Exactly. So I don't really know what I believe in. I don't know if I believe in paranormal activity, ghosts. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But what I do know is the noises and the patterns that we've been seeing with these ghosts is uncanny.
Yeah, you can't say to us at this point that these noises and this thing that's been happening so often cannot be real. I have to say, we do believe in ghosts because Sistine and I were frequent watchers of Ghost Adventures. That was our favorite show growing up, and it still is our favorite show. And I mean, I think that some of the things can be a little fabricated, but what's going on in our house is definitely real.
Yeah. So I'm going to describe the male ghost that lives there, and then I'll let you take over
she
the
hangs out with
female
me.
ghost. Yeah. So right outside of my bedroom, there's these old, creaky wooden staircase. I'm really going to set it up for you guys. And for years, I've always told my mom and my dad, and Sophia and Scarlett both say they hear the same thing. These heavy boots stomping up the stairs, always around like 1 a.m, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then it stopped for a while. And then there was one instance where at 1 a.m, I heard it. I got up immediately, checked, and I looked down the hall, and Scarlett as well at 1 a.m. checked as well. And we made eye contact like, holy shit, you heard that too.
You guys, it's footsteps like
Right.
very
Again,
distinct.
My mom makes fun of me. She goes, Sistine, you're just a sleepwalker. And I go, I swear, I splashed water on my face. I'm awake. And she goes, no. Stop taking that melatonin.
No, but I'm going to explain why we think this is actually real. Because there's been so many times where we were home alone, like 5 years ago.
Yes.
And we would be so scared that there was a burglar in the house that we would bring every dog animal upstairs to guard our doors. And our dogs were Pomeranians at the time. So I don't know what they could have done.
All we know from this man ghost.
Well, by the way, Scarlett also has locked herself in her closet before
several
when she was
times.
alone.
So all we know from this man ghost is that he has heavy boots. He is probably heavy in weight because he makes a lot of noise when he
Probably
stomps.
working out because he's going up and down those stairs.
I think he's a fisherman. I don't know why that the first thing that came to my head.
I swear to God, I thought it was a fisherman boot too. I pictured this big old man with like an eye patch or something.
beard.
Wait, have you ever remember that video game we used to play? The Scooby-Doo video game, and it was like this
my
big
God.
sailor man ghost
Yep.
in the game. That's the one I thought of.
So
one of the
that
stairs.
is the male ghost living in this house, and he only stays on the staircase. I haven't seen him or heard him anywhere since. Let's talk about the female ghost.
Okay, I'm gonna actually tell this story from the beginning because I think that this girl is relatively kind of new-ish.
Yeah, we've known for about 5 years.
For 5 years.
Yeah.
So the first encounter we had with her was probably like 3 years ago. And I was in my bathroom brushing my teeth with my ex at the time, and Sistine was with her ex. They were watching a movie in her room.
I remember, I can paint this picture.
Yeah.
It's when Sausage Party, the movie, just came out. All right. Now listen.
What a great way to remember a moment in time. Was
How
like,
good is that movie, by
there
the
was
way?
that Christmas, and then there was that sausage party movie.
Me and my
Because it was
boyfriend spent time.
I remember it was so funny, and I remember the volume was up extremely loud on my TV, and Sophia's in the room
Our
next to
bedrooms
me.
are right next door to each other.
Yeah.
Actually, my closet room, attaches kind of to your bedroom.
So
in a way.
she's in the bathroom brushing her teeth with her ex.
Yeah.
I'm watching Sausage Party with my
By the way,
ex.
my bathroom is probably the farthest part of the room from Sistine's room.
So what happened next?
So the sink is on, we're brushing our teeth, and I hear,
Do it again.
wait. And I turn off the water, I clean out my mouth, and I go, hey, I was about to say his name, boy.
Hey, bro.
Hey, dude. He knows who he is. I was like, hey, did you hear that? And he's like, yeah, is that Sistine? I go, probably she's probably like in our room laughing.
And from my perspective, we both looked at each other, me and my bro, and I paused the movie, and we pause it, and we're both silent. We're like, what was? Because it didn't sound like Sophia's laugh, so we continued to play it.
Right. So I come out, I check. There's no one in my room. And I look in my closet. There's no one in my closet. So me and the boy walk out, and I'm laughing when I say that. And I walk into your room, and you're with your ex-boyfriend at the time. And we're like, hey, pause the movie. Were you just in our room? And Sistine goes,
no.
And I go, I heard you laughing in there.
And I said, no, you were laughing.
And I go, no, you.
And it wasn't the movie that was making me laugh. Because I already saw it.
And then I said, Sistine, look at me in the eye. On the count of 3, we're going to do the same laugh we heard. 1, 2, 3. We freaked out. We lost it.
By the way, we knew this was real when both of the guys heard it too.
Yeah.
It was my ex-boyfriend, was so scared that he went to church the next day.
Can I ask today, sis? We were so scared. We begged our exes at the time, sleep over. They dipped.
Yeah, they left.
They dipped. We were by ourselves.
So we tell this story to my parents, and they're like, you girls are so silly.
Magic.
Yeah, we don't know what you're thinking, what you're hearing. Y'all are delusional. So until recently.
Yeah.
Actually, this week. I would say it's last Thursday, right? Mm-hmm. So my mom, Scarlett, and I get home from dinner. We have these big metal gates that sort of lock the upstairs area. So no one has gone upstairs yet. We know nobody's home. Sly is shooting in Atlanta.
It's nearly impossible to get.
Yeah, there's
upstairs.
no one home. We're baking a snickerdoodle cake at like 9 p.m. And my mom hears the door slam. Actually, we all do. Hears the door slam and footprints.
Oh, yeah.
Going like that.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, the color drained from her face. We spent the next hour. My first weapon of choice, a hammer. I grab a hammer. She grabs some sort of like Indian mallet that you use to work out, like one of those things. So it was like a wooden Indian mallet. And we go to work. We check every inch of the house. And she goes, no, I swear to God, I heard that.
So now she's flippin' scared.
She's a believer now. Thank God. She thought we were delusional for so long. So what we were thinking is we need to. I say these ghosts overstayed their welcome.
I disagree, and I think that they should just stay because I think you're gonna get them angry.
What the hell are you on?
Sistine, so explain what you want to bring and why I disagree with you, because I think this is dumb. Okay.
I did some research, and technically, a person does not need to die in the home for a ghost to be there. You can bring in a ghost through an object. Like my dad likes to collect old antique statues or swords or just really cool stuff. I say a ghost could have gotten brought in with one of those, right? Or like a cane. Like he has a lot of canes for some reason. He doesn't use them, but he just has a lot of canes. Old man with the cane coming in. Old man ghost. Old man Fisher ghost cane guy.
He doesn't do anything.
Coming in. Sophia, he's scary.
Okay, but then you're gonna disrupt them, basically.
It was actually my mom's idea. We think that we should. What you're supposed to do to get rid of a ghost is you bring an expert in, and you sort of say things like, "Ghost, leave, no, leave," or sort of. I don't know if you're supposed to get an exorcist to sort of get rid of the ghost, or you're supposed to sage the house. I don't know. But we're looking for an expert in this category. So if you are and you're listening, please send me a DM and I want to bring you over because I'm tired of this.
All right. And I'm going to give you my the advice you need and the advice we should stick with, because when we bring this thing in the house, this person, to get rid of the ghosts and disrupt the whole energy, let me just note this. Yes, we hear footsteps. Yes, we hear women laughing and chattering. Whatever. It's not a negative energy. I still fall asleep at night. I don't feel like someone's pulling off my sheets. Yes, the footsteps have freaked us out before, but now we're all aware of it, and we all know it's there.
No, he's kind of like Casper the Friendly Ghost.
This is the thing. I think this is what's going to happen. This person's going to come in and go, woo, go away. Now these ghosts are pissed, and then they are going to start haunting us, and then they're like, oh, you're going to kick us out of our house? They live there too.
By the way.
And we are going to not be able to sleep.
Now I'm thinking from the perspective of a podcaster here. Perhaps if we did disrupt these ghosts, that would make for some good content. I'm just saying.
I would rather fall asleep at night because then I'm going to be a brat on this episode or the next few episodes without sleep.
We could use little bratty Sophia.
Well, she can come out occasionally, but I think that's our take on it.
Yeah, I think that's our take. We'll move on. And so Sophia and I, for a long time since we first started Unwaxed, we wanted right off the bat to do a conspiracy theory segment, and we actually never, I don't know why it took us so long, we never got around to it.
Well, you know what it was, we never had the time. We always had guests on, and we thought, how would we do a whole intro about conspiracy, like random, like, hey guys, conspiracy theory, now we have someone to talk about mental health. Like, it just wouldn't make sense.
It doesn't flow. So what we thought for this episode, and maybe future episodes if you enjoy hearing these, is
you can give us some.
Yeah, give us some, but Sophia and I are each going to bring in one conspiracy, knowing that the other person isn't aware of it already, and then share. So today, Sophia brought in a conspiracy she's going to share with me. And just a disclaimer, we're doing this for fun. We don't actually, like, we're choosing theories that are almost too absurd to be real, but let us just pretend and have fun.
But this conspiracy theory, ladies and gentlemen, is so believed by people that I had to bring it in because I didn't even believe that at least 4% of voters in 2013, 12 million people in the U.S. believe that this conspiracy theory is real.
All right, take it away.
Okay. This is the conspiracy theory about lizard people. Lizard people. Do you know the conspiracy theory?
I've heard about it, yes.
Okay.
It's like this.
So,
Yeah.
you may or may
I feel like
not.
Alex Jones talks a lot about the lizard people.
Oh, does he?
Oh, yeah, he does all the time. He's definitely someone that would believe in this. So lizard people, if you don't know what they are cold-blooded humanoid reptilians who have the power to shape-shift into human form. So this guy named David Icke, who's the theorist in like lizard people, said that these creatures have claws in their humankind, had their claws into humankind since ancient time. And they believe that world leaders like Queen Elizabeth, George Bush, the Clintons, Bob Hope, are all lizard people. So
Wait, say those names again.
they think that lizard people are Queen Elizabeth, George Bush, the Clintons, and Bob Hope, etc. are lizard people. They believe it's people that are prominent figures within politics or...
Did Bob Icke come in with these names?
No, this is David Icke.
David Icke come in with these names?
He believes that those people they've shifted into human form to take over the world.
That's awesome.
So these shape-shifting reptilians are aliens control Earth by taking on human form and gaining political power to manipulate human societies. And lizard people want one thing.
What?
World domination.
No!
Bum, bum, bum.
Wait.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's why they take over.
Okay, have you ever seen those videos on YouTube where people have blinked and their eyes turned into a reptilian,
well, the only
and
one
then they
I
blink,
saw
it's gone?
was when Justin Bieber was on trial for like peeing in a bucket or something, and his eyes changed.
That's what they thought were lizard person.
Yeah.
They think that Justin Bieber might be a lizard person.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just tell you really quick. If you guys are now freaked out and you're like, how do I know if someone's a lizard person? I'll tell you. These are the traits of a lizard person: that they're green eyes that change to blue. They have good eyesight and hearing. So I'm already off that list. I have horrible eyesight, and I have selective hearing. Sistine knows that.
Yeah.
They have sometimes red true hair color, which is not always. I mean, whatever. They have a sense of not belonging to the human race. They have unexplained scars on their body. They love space. Just love space.
This is sounding a lot like my ex.
They have a low blood pressure.
I dated a lizard.
That's
the caption of our
almost
title.
done. UFO contacts like ESB, and their capabilities to disrupt electrical appliances. Like, I think that they can turn on an oven from a distance, or like the microwave starts going off.
That's
right.
Awesome.
So we could be walking around them and just not even know it.
So that's your conspiracy. That
yeah,
lizard people exist.
I'll tell you why, because I thought this is insane that at least 12 million people in the U.S. believe this. That's a lot of people.
So how many people are lizard people?
I don't just
like one in how many?
I think it's more, they say, the prominent figures within our society today. So it's people that are the rulers. So they've believed, example.
Oh my God.
Exhibit A. They believe Donald Trump.
God.
is a lizard person.
Wait, hold that picture up. If anyone's just listening to this, they believe it has the blonde hair. You guys need to watch this on YouTube.
If you are not seeing this, I have a photo of
Okay.
Donald Trump like
Leave
forming
this
into a
here.
lizard. But by the way, they also think that Obama is a lizard person.
Okay. Well,
So
at this point, who isn't?
Who isn't? And that takes us to our our game. If
Wait,
you
wait.
are a
We're playing a game?
lizard or a human, and you're gonna put up the sign. So this is a human. This is a lizard.
This is the best game ever.
So I gave Sistine 2 figures, just a human face and a lizard face. And I wrote down a list of 7 people. And some of them are people that they considered lizard humans. And then
Oh.
some are not. So you're going to
my
guess which ones are and which ones are not.
Let's do
Here
it.
goes. Britney Spears.
Oh, fully lizard. What do you mean?
Ding, ding, ding.
She like shaped what 2000s is today.
Yes. Ready? Madonna.
Lizard. What? Yeah.
Right. How?
Again, another just because you know what, you're listing people that have changed the music industry not only for
Right.
women but for the world.
Yeah. You know who I thought was a lizard person? I thought Bella Thorne was a lizard person.
Maybe we bring her on and ask.
We can ask her. Danny DeVito.
Nah, he a man.
He's a man.
Yeah, I love Danny DeVito. I know Danny DeVito. He's a man.
Obama. I kind of remember that.
Lizard.
They consider him a lizard person. Jennifer Aniston.
I'm gonna have to go with person.
Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding. Jennifer Aniston is
Yeah.
not a lizard person, apparently. Mark Zuckerberg.
Lizard.
Yep, they think he's a lizard person.
Yup.
By the way, you guys, I'm not saying they are. This is what people have said. Just disclaimer
Reddit
that.
users.
Yeah, Reddit users. And last but not least, Paul Rudd.
I'm gonna go lizard.
He's a human! Woo! They haven't taken him over. He's a human.
I was trying to go ballsy with that one. Ah, knew it. Do you think Dad's a lizard?
Oh.
It makes sense.
Oh.
He kind of has the skin texture
That's
for
actually a good
it.
question. I don't know. You know, Mom looks more like a lizard
He
person.
has the same size hands as this lizard.
He doesn't have a long of a tongue, though.
No, but the nose
his
is
toes,
the same.
his toenails
That's
do
what I'm
look
saying.
like claws.
The nose is the same.
Does that mean you guys are lizards? Oh shit.
Are we half lizard?
Is my eyes turning to my
And
Are my
he-
eyes changing?
He walks like this too
He does walk
when
like
he's
that.
hungry.
Yeah.
So
he does transform into that. Mom does look like
Sophia, that
that.
was an epic game.
Thank
you
you.
so much. I'm gonna keep these.
Okay. So check out lizard people if you don't believe me.
Okay, that was such a good conspiracy. Next time I will bring in a good one for you. So we thought we would wrap up the show today with doing an unsolicited advice segment. Again, another segment we wanted to do with the show and just haven't gotten around to it. So we asked the followers on our Unwaxed Instagram, go follow if you haven't, just any questions that they have for us, any advice that they want answered. Again, we'll probably give you the wrong advice, but bad advice is better than no advice. So
Let's get into it.
okay, so our first question, we're going to keep these anonymous, but if you guys would like your usernames included, we will be happy to do that. Just include that with the message. This girl wrote, okay, hi. First of all, I'm obsessed with you guys and your podcast. Thank you. I'm 21 years old and I feel like so many people around me are getting into relationships except me. It doesn't really bother me and honestly, I thrive being single. Me.
Amen.
But it starts to bother me a little sometimes because I'm super outgoing and meet a lot of people, but no one I feel like click with. Also me. Yes. It can start to get to me because I feel like everyone has an easier time getting into relationships. I've never been in a full relationship, but I've gone out with lots of guys before and had little flings. I was just always really focused on school and just living my life on my own with my friends. Good for you, girl. Do you guys have any advice?
Can I start off by saying I have never related to a question.
Yeah, that was perfectly written.
Honestly, this could not have been better written for anybody but us because I know for me, I have definitely been feeling the same way. Like, I think Sistine and I, we are good on our own. We have been, I know we make fun of like, oh, Sophia's been going on a lot of dates, but she's gone on some dates too. But nothing seems to be clicking with this time we've been single.
I completely agree with you. I feel like all of my friends are in long-term relationships. Like my best friend has been dating a guy for nearly 5 years now, and I'm always the single one in the group. And it's hard because that's the environment and that's the people that you're constantly surrounded with. So if you were surrounded with single individuals, you wouldn't feel so bad about being single.
And I know for my whole friend group, every single one of my girlfriends is in a 3+ year relationship, and they're considering moving in together, and they're going to get married soon. And that's not something I'm really needing right now. But
I'm a big believer in that everything happens for a reason, and time will tell the truth. And so right now it's just not your time. It's not my time. It's not even Sophia's time, because at one point we were in long-term relationships together, and now we're both single. Long-term. So I think that just keep doing you. I love that you're focusing on school and your friendships, and don't let it bother you, because I think also right now it's, we're in quarantine, we're stuck inside, we're not distracted, our minds aren't as stimulated as they once were, so you're thinking a lot about being alone. But also being alone is okay, because during this time, focus on you, better yourself, and then a relationship will come because you're just thriving at life.
And you sound like you already have a really good mindset going into this, so just keep at that. And what Sistine just said, the right guy will come at the right time. Some people just get into relationships way easier than others.
Yeah.
But that also comes with some things being forced, and there's some things that don't end up working out in the long run. So just keep doing you, and the right person will just be thrust upon you.
And I also want to add, being 21, because I'm 22, dating boys that are 21, and yes, I'm calling them boys because they act like boys. So it is hard to find someone your age that has the maturity that maybe you want. It really depends what you're looking for.
It's hard to find a really mature guy that wants a serious relationship.
So hang in there, girl.
Yeah.
Good luck. Let me know. Keep us updated if you find someone.
And number 2 is any health trends you're on.
I'll let you take this away.
I can just take this on. We can make this short and sweet. But overall, I would like to disclaim that Sistine and I are relatively, I think, are very healthy people. We do work out consistently. We do make sure that our food is whole, healthy, organic. We don't cook a lot. I feel like we try to, but we'll just end up putting
our cooking is oatmeal and smoothies.
Yeah, literally, it's oatmeal and smoothies. But overall, we do have our off weeks. Like there are days weeks where we won't work out. We'll just keep eating. Like we'll have ice cream for dinner every single night.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the whole important part of doing like the 80-20 thing is. Like never restrict yourself from things you don't want to eat. Like we make cookies like every single day, and I'll have a cookie probably every single day. But this is kind of funny that you bring this up, because I just decided to do this whole other kind of health kick and trends that I've never really done before. So I've been drinking I almost said chloroform. I'm not drinking chloroform.
Don't drink chloroform.
I said that again. I'm drinking chlorophyll. And do you know what chlorophyll is?
I don't.
Okay. I didn't know what it was either, but when I read about it, I was like, oh, this is great. It's really detoxing for your body, and it's supposed to, I don't have this problem, but it helps your natural odors. Like your breath is supposed to smell better. You're not supposed to have as much BO. It just kind of detoxes your body. So it says that. Yeah. So antioxidant properties, detoxifies your body. It's plant-powered source of energy and more oxygen, which sounds pretty cool.
That sounds cool.
Which sounds great.
I think Sophia and I, what we like to do is we like to try a bunch of different experiments with dieting. And we don't actually like to diet, but we do like to. So for example, like we're very health conscious. So if we're making a banana bread, like one week we'll make a banana bread with the 4 cups of sugar as is intended. And then another week I'll find a recipe on like BuzzFeed Tasty,
or like Pinterest.
Yeah, on Pinterest, and we'll find like a healthy substitute. So again, we love to balance, and we're really into like walking at least 30 minutes a day. That is so good for your body to get moving, especially after a big meal.
Especially if you're also anxious, that helps you. That I think health also goes along with like body and mentally. And this is another thing that I've been taking. I don't really know how to pronounce it correctly, and it's been kind of helping because I get anxious occasionally, and it's called Ashwagandha. Have you read it?
Ashwagandha, yes.
Yes, it's bingo. So I take 3 capsules a day, and it's supposed to relieve stress and anxiety. It's supposed to increase energy and stamina, regulate your blood sugar, improve brain function and memory.
Sophia takes all the cool fancy stuff, and then she'll report back to me.
And it actually has made me feel, I mean, maybe, I don't know if it's mental, maybe it is mental, but it has helped a bit. Like I feel like I've been a little bit more easygoing when I didn't have it yesterday, and I was a bit of a pain yesterday. So there we go. You never know, Ashwagandha. But But those, I like to do all like the fun like supplement trends, and then Sistine likes to hear what I'm doing, and then she'll pick it up.
I think for us, our number one takeaway from this question is that everything in moderation. Life's a balance. Some days I wake up super bloated and you feel gross, and other days you wake up and you feel really good. So just as long as whatever your body feels the best at, don't ever follow someone else, because you are not built the same.
And if you guys do want to know specifically what we eat in a day, how we do our workout routines, let us know, because we can deep dive into it.
Okay, so that I think would conclude.
We did our first sister episode.
Congratulations. We are sisters.
We stand together.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I thought
she's a lizard.
Thanks, guys. I hope you can join us next week. Let us know how we did. Please rate and review our episodes on Apple Podcasts, because we truly appreciate it and we love hearing from you guys. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
From all of us here at the show, thanks for staying unwaxed.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Be sure to download new episodes every Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or podcast1.com. Follow your hosts at Sophia Stallone and at Sistine Stallone. And be sure to follow the show at Unwaxed Podcast. Your producer is Will Sterling. We'll see you next week.